Hello everyone, this is Vinnieart, and here is another masterclass. I thought I'd do part 2 to drawing the human legs. But before we get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that Shadow of the Kraken, my brand new independent comic book, the campaign is in demand now on Indiegogo, so please go check that out. I'm going to be doing a lot of work. I have a lot done on this project. It's more than halfway finished, but while I do these master classes, I'm also going to be going back and forth to, working on my project. So, yeah, this is going to get done. It's going to get out to everyone's hands, and it's going to be a huge adventure. So, lots of amazing stuff happening. Every page is painted just like this, like the cover. So please go check that out. I'm going to put a link in the description to this video. But yeah, today let's get back into drawing legs. So the very first one, in part 1, we kind of covered the front of the leg and kind of broke down the muscles a little bit. So yeah, here is just something else I wanted to remind you guys of. I did more of a more masculine leg up here. To let you know again, there are 3 parts to the the 3 major muscles on the legs. So it would be that one in the center, the one on the outside there, and then that teardrop in the front. Usually guys have they have it a little bit more defined. But again, we're talking like bodybuilder, superhero type stuff. Then we have the muscle that goes into the inner thigh. And that big one that kind of it comes from that inside of the leg, which we covered down there in that yellow line, and it kind of wraps around that teardrop a bit. But anyway, like I said, you can watch that other video, but I just wanted to clarify again one more time. And you got to remember, with those muscles, this is kind of the angle of how they are. So like if that's the right leg and you're looking at it, yeah, that teardrop one is going to be that biggest one on the leg, and then obviously goes into the kneecap, and then down into the calves and shin and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys were clear on that part. But yeah, on this one I wanted to kind of show the back of the leg. We didn't I didn't get to it the last time I was doing this, so let me just do kind of a quick drawing here, where we'll break it down a little bit more. Again, think the cylinder shape. So again, I'm just kind of forming the leg right now. But since we know like that inner part of the leg, so this is going to be, if this is the back view, how the kind of muscles work. The calf goes up and into the back of the leg. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm just kind of forming shapes right now to break it down for you guys a bit. You got to think, if the teardrop one is in the front there, it's just not, now we're just kind of forming the shape of the leg. And it's kind of important to get the butt in there. So again, this is going to be a little bit more hold on a second. The thing you do got to remember with the leg, especially like if this is a female leg, it's going to jut out a bit and then curve inward, because if we're looking at the legs, if we're just looking at the kind of skeletal structure, like the hip bone, or I'm sorry, if the pelvis is there, you're going to have that joint that comes out here, and the bone kind of goes at an angle on the inside of the leg, and then goes to the other parts and goes down. So that's the one thing you gotta keep in mind. So usually, like for females, I like to jut it out a little bit more, and that's how you start to get that nice shape, because like I said in my very first video, you have like that butterfly of what the butt kind of is. But yeah, you got to keep in mind if you want to get the extra shapely kind of stuff. I'm not going really into the into my style, but I just wanted to kind of clarify a little bit on kind of how it works. That's usually how you get like the nice hourglass shape and all that stuff too. But anyway, I'm going to erase the skeleton a little bit in here, just to kind of show you how it works, or how the muscles go. Make this a little smaller. Sorry, I like really clean kind of drawings, but anyway. So you got to remember with the butt that it is a giant muscle as well, and it does connect to like this hip area here. So you're going to get all this kind of pulling from that kind of direction, and then what makes up like the biggest part of it, and it goes like in this direction. But with the legs, it kind of, well, with that muscle, it kind of stretches down and goes into the side of the leg. So what you got to remember is we do have like the bigger muscles in the back of the leg as well, and these split. They split and go downward. And then you're going to start to get into the pattern of the calves here. And typically start to look like this. And they go in this direction. And into the ankles, the heel, all that stuff. Don't worry, we will be covering the feet. I might do it after this after the leg tutorial. I'll probably, like, the next one I'll do is it'll be the feet, so you guys have a better understanding of that as well. And like I said, remember that the ankles, since we're looking at the back view now, the outside one is lower and kind of closer to the heel, and the inside part is a little bit higher and slightly closer to the front of the foot. So yeah, that's the one thing to keep in mind. And then yeah, we have the Achilles heel and the tendons back there. So basically this goes all the way up into the calf. So that's why, well, again, like in the Greek mythology stories and whatnot, the Achilles heel, when he got cut in the back of the leg there, he was out because that detaches the calf muscle from the rest of the leg, and yeah, then you're kind of screwed. But and then yeah, we do have some thinner muscles that kind of make up that part as well. I'll put some color lines so you guys are a little bit more familiar with what I'm doing here. But again, usually I put there's a slight line in the back of the leg. But if we're doing this kind of this muscle breakdown for you, you're not going to be seeing all that stuff. So this weekend, when I start to cover more drawings of the legs, right now I'm giving you the basics of the muscle tissues and the structure of kind of how it works, and then I'll show you kind of like how we apply it to the drawings and what you have to think about when you're doing these drawings, because if you know where the muscles are, then you could kind of get a better understanding of how the leg is in motion when you're moving it and you're doing these dynamic things. Since we're kind of covering superhero type stuff, So it's a good way of like correcting like mistakes that you've made and that kind of deal. But yeah, we'll get into this. So let me break down the muscles a bit. You know what? Yeah, it's my color one. All right. So yeah, this is the angle we're talking about. And remember, it does connect to like the pelvis. This is our pattern. Obviously to the tailbone it goes, but you know, this is one of the largest muscles we have in the body. These are races, butts. Yeah, this one starts to go. So part of it connects into that hip area, and then it splits a little bit down the leg. But like I said, this is just a big, meaty section. Let me grab another color here. And we'll get a little bit more into the back of the leg muscles and all that good stuff here. So like I said, this one kind of splits. And they're long strips we have for the hamstrings. And the thing is, these muscles go underneath the butt muscle. So like I said, the butt is going to be on top of everything. And then you have the hamstrings that kind of split from under there, and then they kind of wrap around the leg as well. So that's why you have that when you see anyone kind of bending over to stretch. It looks like there's a split in the back of the leg if they're in pretty good shape. They're runners or that kind of deal. And then yeah, you have like these tendons that go in. So let me grab another color. You have the inner thigh muscle. Again, we're only seeing part of it from this angle. And yeah. And you'll have like that, again, that one that was in the front view. It kind of wraps around as well. But let's pick another color. Kind of represent a little bit more of this stuff. So we'll get into the calf. And again, it's in that pulling motion. So usually when you see somebody on their tippy toes, like I had in this diagram over here, you have that that diamond shape that starts to form back here. But I'm gonna get rid of that right now, just to kind of make it a little clear for you guys. And this is the motion that the muscle goes in. And this stuff is kind of important to know. Like I said, if you're gonna be drawing somebody who's really ripped or whatnot, if you have a better understanding of how the muscle tissue goes, you're gonna have a better idea of kind of how it all works. So that's why I'm breaking that down. Another key note too is like from the side of the leg, if we're going to be showing that calf, it kind of goes flat. This part here goes flat in this section, and the calf itself balls up. And then obviously we get into the rest of the leg. Put the kneecap in here, whatever. But yeah, just to kind of show you. So again, from the side, the way those muscles go. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So remember, like that top part, that section in here, it looks like it goes flat. All the way that, you know what, I could just erase it. I'll show you. Yeah, so it looks a little bit sort of like that, the way that it would kind of go. But yeah, the muscle tendons kind of, they pull up and they go into the back of the leg. And then yeah, we have like, there are other muscles and stuff that are in between. But again, these are the things that you don't have to think too much about, since it's not something that we're really seeing much. So because we do have lots of layers of muscles that go kind of on top of one another. But hold on, let me correct this. Since I am on the left leg, sorry, I was looking at the other diagram I had. The muscles would actually go this way from underneath. But again, that's something that we're not really seeing, especially when we're doing drawings, because again, we're not zooming in to show the muscle tissues while we're having some superhero doing some kind of cool heroic thing. But like I said, more or less, this is kind of what we're thinking about. These are the main muscles that we're playing with. And again, down here you have part of like the side of the legs, how the muscles go to. But these are thinner strips, so normally I don't worry about it too much. What I'm talking about, what we're looking at, are the main sections that I colored there. That's pretty damn important, and those are the things that you need to be thinking about when we're kind of drawing. And then yeah, we're gonna have obviously the side of the leg is gonna have more strips of muscle and that kind of deal. Again, how it all works is, like I said, it's interesting, but we're gonna cover it some more in my live stream as well. I at least wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a breakdown of from the back view, because I realized that I didn't do that in the previous video. But yeah, so let me just, again, we'll get into the key parts a little bit better. So this is what we're thinking about right now when we're talking about the legs. So yeah, here's the leg structure. I'm going to give you a little bit more clarity on what we're looking at and what we're doing here. Like I said, you got to remember the back of the leg, or the Achilles heel part, and the tendons go straight up into the calf. But yeah, I hope this is kind of clear for you guys and girls. Let me grab another color. And yeah, like I said, we have this other pulling from the other muscles that wrap around the leg. But yeah, so I hope you guys dig it. And like I said, this weekend I'll cover some more, and we'll do some more examples of legs in motion and that kind of deal. But yeah, I do hope that this helps you guys. Until next time, like I said, be kind to one another, but kick ass while you create. Please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, we're going to be covering more stuff like this. I'll teach you guys a little bit more in depth of, again, anatomy perspective. We'll get into some storytelling as well. Well, like I said, I'm just trying to get some key points for you guys and girls. So we get a better understanding of how the body moves and the structure of everything, because I think it's really important to know. I know there's a lot of cheap tricks that people use on different programs and whatnot, but it's better to really get a better understanding of how it all works and then later if you want to try to use some shortcuts here and there, you could do that. But I'm a little bit more old school when it comes to actually knowing your basics, because if you don't have a computer, you want to be able to be very again, just you want to be able to draw without using any specific tools. It should be knowledge that you have, especially if you're going to be an artist, a commercial artist, a comic book artist, whatever it is. The better understanding you have of anatomy, your basics, the better you're going to be all around, the quicker you're going to start to get. So, yeah, I hope that clarifies a lot of things. But again, thanks, guys. Remember, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We're going to have more cool guests on as well. So keep an eye out on my channel and on all my campaigns. I'm going to be putting them in the description below. So yeah, thank you again. And remember, please leave comments if there are things you want to see or learn about, or you have questions about what I've been doing in these tutorials. Drop it in the comment section. I respond to pretty much everybody. So thanks again, and have a great day. Bye.